Hello guys, this is Ride on Academia, and today we'll be looking at our bank reconciliation statement. In this case, when our cash book has a credit balance. Okay, in our previous video we dropped a tutorial on a bank reconciliation statement when our cash book has a debit balance. Okay, in a credit balance it means our cash book is owing. All right, that means there's an issue of overdraft. Now an overdraft is a situation where the bank permits you to withdraw more than you have in your account. Okay, this is a special service given to current account holders, all right, where the bank permits you to withdraw more than is in your account. All right, that's what is called an overdraft. The amount or the amount you've withdrawn, all right, that is above your limit or above your balance in your cash book is what we call our overdraft. All right, so there are also times in a business where we can be having our balance on our credit side, so that is what we call an overdraft. So in this video we'll be seeing how we can make a bank reconciliation statement when our cash book has a credit balance. In this case our format is very simple. All right, in our debit balance I told you that when we have balance as per cash book, we add our unpresented check, uncredited and how you will treat all those items. All right, so in this in preparing for overdraft, let me start with our balance as per cash book. In this case, which is our what? Overdraft. Okay, this is our format. Now when preparing an overdraft account, it looks more like a bank reconciliation statement when starting with balance as per bank statement. Alright, what I mean now is everything that you added in your balance as per cash book, when you had a debit balance, you'll be subtracting it from this account, okay, because of our overdraft. And everything that you subtracted when we're using balance as per cash book, you'll be adding it because of what? The overdraft. Okay, because we are owing, so you'll be adding everything that will increase our account and lessen everything that will reduce the account. Okay, so in this case the format is simple. We have our balance as per cash book. Here we are going to be adding uncredited check, we'll be adding uncredited checks, we'll be adding dishonored checks, we'll be adding our standing order, we'll be adding our bank charges. All right, and then in this case, okay, let me use our X to represent what we are doing. So let's say the sum total will give us 3x. We don't know what our x may mean, all right, but this is how we'll present it. And then in this case we'll be lessing what we were adding when we're starting with our balance as per cash book in the case of a debit balance. Okay, don't get yourself confused. When it's an overdraft, it's more like a bank reconciliation statement when starting with balance as per bank statement. Okay, so everything that we added when we had our balance as per cash book on the debit balance, we'll be subtracting them. Things like your unpresented check, okay, your credit transfers, all right, and let's see your dividends. So we will be lessing this one because they will end up reducing your debt. All right, this we are adding because it will be increasing your debt. Here you will be reducing our debt, so we are going to be lessening them. And this our answer will be what? Our overdraft or balance as per bank statement. Our balance can be an overdraft still. That is, it may still be money owing, or it may just be a cleared balance. So I'll be using balance as per bank statement. Okay. Alright, so this will be our format when starting with balance as per cash book. Like I said, now this is our format for starting with balance as per cash book when we have an overdraft situation. That simply means when we want to start with balance as per bank statement in an overdraft situation, we are going to be adding what we are lessing and then lessen what we are adding, okay? So it will be looking like a balance as per cash book account when we had a debit balance. Alright, so quickly we'll take an example, we'll solve it together. Alright, so before us are two accounts, okay? The first one is the bank column of Ogundele's cash book, alright? And the second account is his bank statement. That is his account with the bank, alright? So this is his statement at the end of the month, and we are asked to make a bank reconciliation statement. If you can see, their balance totals are different. Alright, the balance totals are different. So before we start making our bank reconciliation statement, what we'll do is we'll select the items in his cash book that we can find in his bank column, alright? Then the one that we could not trace, we'll begin to apportion names to them, alright? So we have Sogo here and we have Sogo here. So we are going to mark this out, alright? We have Abacha, alright, and then we have Abacha here, and the amount is same. So we are going to mark it out. There's nothing wrong with the entry. We have Boga, alright, but there's no Boga here. Are we together? So we'll leave this one aside. Now let's go to the next, the credit side. We have Obe, and we have Obe here. The amount entered is correct, so we can mark this. We have Sanjo, alright, and the Sanjo here, the amount is 770, is correct. We're going to take that out. Now we have Chima, and there's no Chima here. Now we are going to start apportioning names. Like I said, we did, if you have watched our theoretical videos, we did some terminologies, alright? Now look at this. This account is on the debit side, meaning the business has received a check, alright? They received a check and they have written it down, but somehow it was not reflected in our bank statement. So what do we call this type of check? We call it an uncredited check, meaning it wasn't credited in our bank statement, alright? Now look at this credit side. We have Chima on our credit side. But in our cash book, we credit expenses, okay? We credit money going out. So it means that the business has given a check to Chima and they assume that money has gone out. But Chima had not yet presented that check to the bank, alright? So that's why Chima is not reflecting on our bank statement. So we can call this an unpresented check, okay? Many times accountants have been given questions in this format, not really in writing form, and we are asked to draft out a bank reconciliation statement. So you should be able to identify what your uncredited and unpresented check, okay? Your unpresented checks come on your credit side, your uncredited check comes on your debit side. Okay, with that said and done, we have our credit transfers, we have our bank charges, we have our standing order, okay? So with this information, we are going to be presenting our bank reconciliation statement. Remember, this balance is at the credit side, okay? I said when our cash book has a credit balance, okay, that means it is an overdraft situation. Our balance, the balance carried forward is on the debit side. That means the balance brought forward will be on our credit side, okay? That means this cash book has a credit balance from the beginning. So this is an overdraft situation. If you can see in our bank statement, there's an OD in bracket, meaning overdraft. So we're going to be using the format for balance as per cash book. I'll be starting with balance as per cash book, okay? I'm going to be using that format, starting with balance as per cash book. And in this case, our balance is what? An overdraft. Or some people can say overdraft as per cash book. If you don't want to say balance, you can also say overdraft as per cash book. So let's start. Our Naira sign is very important. So our balance as per cash book is here, alright? So it's a credit balance of 2,390 Naira, right? The next thing we're going to do according to our format, we will be adding our uncredited checks Our uncredited check, like I said, is on the debit side. So that's how much? 595 naira. Alright, we'll also be adding bank charges. Our bank charges is 150 naira. We'll be adding our standing order. Alright, those are the things that will make our loan even to be bigger. So we are going to be adding them up. Our standing order is 285 naira. So let's total this and bring it here quickly. So we'll be totaling this up. We'll add this correctly. Okay. We'll be adding 1030 naira. So we want to total this up to know our total debt, okay, or our gross debt. Right, so this is our gross debt. So we'll be lessing all our incomes, okay, all the incomes coming in, so that we can know our net overdraft, okay. Alright, so the first one we'll be lessing is our unpresented check, okay. We'll be lessing our unpresented check. And our unpresented check is 385 naira. Alright, the next one we're going to be lessing is our credit transfers. These were all income that came in. And our credit transfer is 1025 naira. So let's total our net income. Alright, so we'll be adding this. Okay, so now we'll subtract our income from our debt, alright, so that we can know our total debt for the month. So let's subtract. We have 0, 1, 0, and 2. Okay, so if you see, this is the exact balance of our bank statement. Okay, this is our balance as per bank statement, but because our debt is still more than our income, it is still an overdraft situation as indicated in our bank statement column. So if you want, you can either write balance as per bank statement and put in bracket overdraft, or you can write it as overdraft as per bank statement. Okay, this is our overdraft as per bank statement. So with this, we have come to the end of bank reconciliation statement when our cash book has a credit balance. But quickly, let me just rush through in case you want to start with overdraft as per bank statement, because like I said, you can either start with balance as per cash book or your balance as per bank statement. Okay, in our overdraft as per bank statement, we just add in our income, all right, and less our gross debt, so that we can have our final debt. Your answer will still be correct. Okay, so with this, we have come officially to the end of bank reconciliation statement when our cash book has a credit balance. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like this video if it was helpful, and then share it with as many as you can. See you next time. Thank you.